Hello everybody and welcome back to Today in the NBA, where we are going to be going over the recent Chris Paul trade to the Warriors and the Kristaps Porzingis, Marcus Smart, Tyus Jones 3-team trade. To start off with the Chris Paul trade to the Warriors get Chris Paul in exchange for Jordan Poole, Patrick Baldwin Jr., a first round pick last year, Ryan Rollins, a second round pick last year, a 2027 second round pick, and a 2030 first round pick that is protected top 20. Now, for the Warriors, this is a great way to get off of Jordan Poole's contract, which now has long-lasting implications thanks to the new CBA. Also, the small ball lineup that the Warriors are going to be able to run now is terrifying. Just imagine Chris Paul coming off a Draymond Green dribble handoff. How do you guard that with Andrew Wiggins, Klay Thompson and Stephen Curry spotting up on the wings and in the corners? The only thing with Chris Paul is how long is he going to last in the playoffs and the regular season. I think the Warriors could probably afford to play him 20-22 minutes maybe, which will definitely mean that he'll be much fresher for the playoffs. It's just a matter of whether or not he gets injured in the regular season. For the Warriors, I don't hate this trade as it does help them out in the future a little bit, giving them much more space, but overall they probably did give up a little bit too much for Chris Paul. Now for the Wizards side of the deal, I think they got an absolute steal with this trade. They got a first round pick and Jordan Poole for Chris Paul, who most people didn't even expect them to get a first round pick for. The thing with Jordan Poole is he might average 25 next year. We don't know. He is going to get as many shots as he wants on the Wizards. After this trade, the Wizards' future is so much brighter and it makes the Bradley Beal trade seem a little bit more worth it. Just one thing about that top 20 protected first in 2030, the chances are that it won't convey then and we don't know what the protections are yet. In 6 years' time, the chances are the Warriors aren't going to be a team that is finishing in the top 10 of the league. Now for the big one. This 3-team trade between the Celtics, the Wizards and the Grizzlies. The Celtics get Kristaps Porzingis from the Wizards, who accepted his $36 million player option. Pick 25 from the Grizzlies, who ended up being Marcus Sasser. And a Warriors 2024 first round pick, which is top 4 protected from the Grizzlies. The Wizards got Tyus Jones from the Grizzlies, who's on his last year of his deal. Danilo Gallinari and Mike Muscala from the Celtics, pretty much just salary filler, and pick number 35 from the Celtics, who ended up being Julian Phillips. And now the Grizzlies get Marcus Smart from the Celtics. Now for the Celtics side of this deal, I don't really know what to think. They got Kristaps Porzingis, who was a definite upgrade over who they sent out, but I don't know about them giving up Marcus Smart. Yes, he had a down season last year, but he has been the heart and soul of this team, being the team's de facto leader, even though he's never been the best player. Every year since he's been on this team, they've made the playoffs, and he is a real culture setter and someone who I thought would have retired with the Celtics. The Grizzlies in this deal get Marcus Smart, which I think is a pretty solid return considering what they sent out. Marcus Smart is definitely someone who is going to be able to help develop some winning culture over there in Memphis. He is a player that I love on that team fit-wise, and I think that he is going to be a pretty solid Ja Morant replacement while Ja serves his 25-game suspension. Overall, I do think that this trade makes the Grizzlies much better. Now for the real winner of this trade, we have the Washington Wizards, who get an absolute steal for Kristaps Porzingis. They get a solid point guard next year, so they don't have to rush anyone or force anyone to play out of position. Pick 35 for them is also pretty good, as this is quite a deep draft. Overall, I love this trade for the Wizards, and I think that it is a great return for someone who was going to leave anyway. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.